Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming Lord of the Rings Online, and right now I'm on the character select screen because we're going to be playing some of my low level alts, and of course I have to meet that. So YouTube is getting rid of the gaming app apparently, so I'm trying to get used to the regular YouTube actually managing the live streams on that, which is kind of annoying because it's a lot more convenient with the chat on the YouTube gaming. It's a lot easier for me to read that and go through it, but we'll see how this works. I want to go ahead and get used to it. But anyway, moving on from that, what I'm actually doing here is I'm just going to play some of my alts. I was thinking Burglar and Guardian would be the two I lean to. I also do have my Hunter, but she's kind of low level, so I can't really run skirmishes or instances on her. And I do have my Rune-keeper, who I might get on later and talk a little bit about him and some things with him. So I think a good one to start is my Guardian. So we'll go ahead and get on her. And yeah, I just plan to really catch up with my alts, including all these low-level ones that I just talked about. And I will be running some skirmishes and might try to find some instance groups depending how long I go here. So yeah, it just depends on how long I stream today. I don't necessarily plan to play like all one alt at one time, and I might bounce back between a few, and even if I like go to my Burglar later, might even come back to my Guardian. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And I do want to say hi to Selma and Thomas in the chat. So I think I don't see anybody searching for a group, but we did just log in and my inventory is really full. So I think a good thing for me to do would be to go to Bree, I guess, and hope I got the travel in Estelden. I meant to. But I'll go back to Bree because that's where my milestone is, and I'll go ahead and clear out my inventory a little bit, and then probably run a skirmish. So Selma, you watch my videos from time to time, so that's good, but you haven't been playing LOTRO for a year. That's quite a while. You have a question if the LI is still grindy as it is 1 year ago. I have some bad news because I think it's even worse. They've just added more levels, and they've made it a lot harder to get this stuff. For LIs, like the Starlit Crystals and even Scroll of Empowerments are a bit harder to get. Mainly the Starlit Crystals, though, they were just made a lot harder because they don't drop as much as they used to, and they don't drop on the stuff they used to. So I have a lot of gear here, actually, it looks like. I think I have a good mix of crafting and instance gear because that's kind of what I do on this character, but I think I can go ahead and sell everything I don't need. I don't know cosmetically if there was anything I really wanted to keep. I would probably put it in my storage. I see I have like this full level 22 set. I don't know if they're all sturdy elven. I can see if I have the full set. So I don't have the full set, so that's not worth me really worrying about that for cosmetic reasons. So I'll go ahead and just sell basically everything I don't want. I do have a shield. I might try to play blue line a little bit. I think I need to do some class deeds with it. But yeah, a lot of gear on this character that needs to be cleaned up. That has tactical mastery, I don't want it. All this crafting stuff I do want to save. This is kind of the stuff I really have been needing to do with my alts, actually organize them and know what's going on with them. Gear-wise, crafting-wise, and all that sort of stuff-wise, so a little bit of a slow start with that, but it is good for me to actually know what's going on, and that is what I wanted to do today. Go ahead and keep my food, and go ahead and sell all this stuff. You should have used the exploit years ago and maxed it out. I kind of remember some of the exploits with that going on. I don't really know what they were. I never really paid attention to them or what was happening with them. But yeah, that probably could have helped you go faster. And hey, Alexandros Fasalis? I don't know. I think I totally butchered that, but anyway, you love LOTRO. I also love LOTRO. Don't need that chest piece, and then we have a few more things to sell here. Oh, I guess I could have kept those power potions. I have a lot of metalsmith. I think those were master metalsmith. I think I sent all those to all my alts. Yeah, kind of because of the LI grind, I would have trouble also playing. That's why I don't really play my characters on Arkenstone. I prefer playing on the legendary servers because that's just really not an issue with the LI grind. There still is like a bit of the legendary items. I mean, legendary items of course exist. I keep selling these blue things even though I don't want to. I think on my other characters I have them because I just don't need them, but This one I can go ahead and save them. But I think we're finally almost done here. I got like one more item and we're selling it. There we go. Yeah, I was playing on Arkenstone, but I play on the legendary server Anor right now because I don't enjoy in-game as much, and that's pretty much where all my characters are on Arkenstone, and on top of that, just a lot more reasons for me to play on Anor. So I think we can move to Skirmishes. I should go down to Southbury because that's where those are. So yeah, this character has a pretty messy inventory. It looks like I have level 7 armor. I can unlock that and sell it. The circlet of men I actually don't need to keep. I can sell that. Fireworks, I might as well keep those. I can use them at some point. Can at least use them here after a skirmish if we're successful, if I remember. A lot of this crafting stuff, a lot of food, because I did the Shire on this character. She has a lot of food from that. Really excited for the 64-bit client. That should help. You probably see I'm stuttering a bit and lagging just moving through Bree here, but yeah, the 64-bit client for my testing of that should help, and I'm actually surprised they haven't done a beta, another beta round for that somewhat recently. I don't know if that means they're ready for release, maybe this week, or what's going on with that, but hopefully we'll see something with that this week because there's nothing last week. And what kinship am I from? I am in, what's it called? Mithril League. That's where all my characters on this server are. Okay, so I randomly saw the Hobbit gift I needed to open. Just looking at my notifications, a lot of mail. Okay. Don't know what ticket I opened. Probably reported somebody from spamming. There was some issue with that last time I actually logged in, which was kind of odd. I haven't seen it on these servers, but there was a little bit of that. Okay, so I think I am settled here. I did want to check what was going on with my skirmish traits and all that. Yeah, it looks like not that great. I actually need to equip some of this stuff. Don't care too much about what level and everything there. We'll get race Rohirrim. Oh no, we'll do the female to match this one. I don't know why I did a warrior with a guardian, but I actually kind of like that. Did I get any personal? No. Okay, all my skirmish traits are really bad, but I don't really care about that right now. Oh, you meant in Arkenstone? So in Arkenstone, whatever kin I was playing on was very inactive. I actually joined another one on my warden, and I completely forgot their name. Think Trouble in Tuckborough? Yeah, that'll be a good one to start. But yeah, I don't know the name of the one my warden is in. I kind of joined that when my kin was becoming inactive, but the one here on Anor is a lot of people from the one I was in on Arkenstone. I think it was Guardians of the White Tree I was still in on most of my characters. And just a lot of people stopped playing around Helm's Deep even. It was that long ago, but yeah, I do not hear in-game audio, and I think I need to turn it back on from last time I was playing. Last time I was playing was actually like, I think it was Saturday, when I had that class tier list video. I expected a lot of people to disagree with me on a lot of stuff, and particularly the champion, but there actually wasn't too much of that. A lot of people seem to like captains a lot more than I do, which is kind of expected. A lot of people like playing captains, it seems like, but some people thought they had the same issues. And they fixed Yellow Line Guardian, so if I might switch to that and see how that works with, I say they fixed it, they fixed one issue with it. They still have a lot of issues with their mark being bugged, but you don't get the mark for being such low level, or you probably said that wrong, but you still get the mark at low level, but you don't get Flash of Light. You're actually getting Flash of Light whenever you spec into the tree, which you shouldn't. You get it when you spend 20 points in the tree. What do we want? Additional debuffs. That sounds best. So you don't like the in-game audio, you only turn on music, and you're sick of your cappies moaning. You can actually mute, if it's just one specific sound, you can actually filter sound. So if you play like a recent sound, whatever like particularly bothers you, you could actually turn that off. So yeah, you actually, I'm actually getting this again. That must be in the beta that it's fixed. I think the update 24 beta fixes this. So you aren't supposed to get the flash of light debuff until you spend 20 points here and actually get that set bonus, but you're actually getting that whenever you spec into Yellow Line, so they actually have the Marked by Light debuff here. And there's still some bugs with that. Sometimes it doesn't properly work, sometimes it doesn't actually debuff them, even if you are higher level and have the trait. Hello, Alex Lee. We need some more wolves. I don't really know what's going on with this skirmish. I'm not paying much attention, but we're making progress at least. Oh yeah, and about the in-game music, unfortunately I can't turn that on or I get copyright strikes and the videos are either unviewable or often they'll just, well, they'd be unviewable, they'd be blocked in all countries, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I might try Blue Line after this one. If we were on like Stormwell Methodist, I might try Blue Line with that, see how it is. It has been a while since I played Blue Line Guardian. I know I criticized it a lot in that class video, but I will at least try it and see if it's fun, see if my damage makes up for anything wrong with that. And yeah, with Yellow Line, with still having Flash of Light, it's just really strong here. Kills very quickly in AoE like that. As long as the mark actually works, if it doesn't bug out, but yeah, we will go back to Red Line at least for the rest of this, I think. It's kind of unfortunate though that Yellow Line is stronger than Red Line, at least in AoE like that, just because I think Red Line's really fun. Red Line's not bad in AoE, I still kill these things like super fast, regardless of which of the two lines I'm in. Because even in Red Line I do have like Sweeping Cut, which does a lot of damage, and Rolling Retaliation, at least for AoE. And single target, it does do more DPS at least, with all the dots. Should check my class deeds as well. I do need to do all of these on all my alts. It's not like I'm going to finish any, but just worth reminding myself what's going on with those. And again, that's why I think I have to play Blue Line to do some of the class deeds, which would be good for me to go ahead and get out of the way so I can ignore Blue Line after that. I feel like, no, it's been a few days since I streamed and even played LOTRO, but I feel like my setup's kind of off. Like, my microphone just doesn't look like it's in the right place, but maybe it's okay. Some of these encounters are annoying, but I still enjoy doing them overall. Curious how the Guardian will compare to my Burglar, like, damage-wise, just because my Guardian I know does a ton of damage. And my Burglar didn't seem weak by any means. But just because it's a class I wouldn't tend to play as much as the Guardian, I am curious how that works, or how that will work for me. Wonder how much damage reactive parries does. They have a lot of things like this in LOTRO that don't actually tell you the damage. So like there's one for Warden Morale taps that your Gambit Builder's basic Gambit Builder skills give you a little bit of morale, but it's very minor. And I'm wondering if this is like extremely minor as well, where I might as well not even have that set bonus, or if it's actually a decent amount. I guess I can look at my combat log, see if I parried anything. Deep Wound, I just see a bunch of Deep Wound. Oh, that's him hitting me. I do the yellow ones. Well, I'll try and pay attention if I actually see myself parry. That's another thing, I have to actually parry and then see all that, but we can try to go over that. Could just sit here on a mob doing auto attack until I evaded it. Doing auto attack until I see that partially blocked. Okay, I partially parried and I didn't do anything, so it looks like I have to do a full parry, but we'll ignore that for now. I'm just kind of curious. If I see myself parry, I'll probably look if I remember. There should be more mobs here. I think I've only killed like 2 or 3 right in this camp. There we go. I ran a skirmish on my warden. I think this will be an upcoming video. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it'll be in an upcoming video. And I ran it in under 4 minutes. It was the fastest skirmish I've run. It was like 3 minutes 58 seconds. So that was kind of exciting, I guess. That was also the one. I actually ran the previous fastest skirmish that I've done on my minstrel. But it was attack at dawn, and I did the same thing on my warden and just ran through it really quickly. This one's one of the slower ones, even for attack. What are they called? Offensive? That's what they're called. I might have to try and run like duo. Or go up in tiers. I don't think going up in tiers is as fun as like just increasing the group size for skirmishes. But with this, I'm just killing things super quickly. Not bad to start off. It's still enjoyable, at least for me. Could also try and see if there's a group. Maybe I could get Fornost going. That'd be pretty fun on this character, I think. Although I'd probably have to tank with that, but I could tank in yellow line, I assume. I didn't even know this guy was here. Good thing I saw him. It's also really hard any fights I get into on this character to actually get through my bleeds a little bit. So like there I got through thrust, and then ideally I'd be able to use overwhelm and actually get the bleed from overwhelm, but it is not going to happen even on elites apparently. And then I do run into the issue if I like go way up in size where I could actually notice all the effect from my bleeds or all that stuff, or even go up in tiers with that, I could just end up taking too much damage. I'm not sure. I don't notice any issues right now. Of course, this is really easy, but at least right now I don't seem to be taking much damage at all. Okay, we got all these pulled. And since I'm trying to do all that to a single mob, it's also a little bit more difficult. Because I can do big AoE pulls like this, but that doesn't help me with killing a single high health mob. I really like the idea of the old Guardian bleed system, but because it just didn't work out, I don't think it was the best thing, and then being able to have actually multiple bleeds on an enemy at once is also kind of nice. So it had its issues, and I liked the fix, but there were some ideas I liked with the tearing up of bleeds that they used to have. Well, got that done. I was thinking about the VIP XP boost weekend, but that is actually done. That finished yesterday, so it's kind of unfortunate timing for once I started this. So it's kind of like I finish leveling my warden, and then they do the XP boost, and then I start leveling my other characters with the XP boost right in between. So that's kind of annoying. I don't care too much about leveling fast, but it would be nice for me to get some of my ults just a little bit more levels, get them up a little bit. The Rune-keeper would be the most important one at this point, I think. I'd like to get that one actually to level 60. So that's one we'll definitely get to, but I think I can do some more stuff here on the Guardian. I might try and find a Fornost group if it doesn't take too long, so we can try Fornost. Yeah, I need to put the level. Probably won't level 25 to 30 will work. 25 is the minimum. But being closer to level 30 would help. And then, yeah, I'd like to do Wraith of Water, Earth, Fire, Shadow. I don't know why they have water. I guess it's alphabetical. Why they have water and then Earth, Fire, Shadow, the way it goes. It's kind of similar, I guess, with Great Barrow, where it's backwards, actually. It's Maze, then Thader, then Sambrog. We might not find a group. I don't know what the situation with this server is anymore. I haven't tried to run a low-level instance in a while. I feel like at this point, probably not going to have much luck with that. But we'll give it a few minutes, maybe 5 or so minutes, see if somebody joins, and then maybe run another skirmish if we don't find anything. But this does give me an opportunity to look at my gear a little bit more. It looks like I have a lot of old jewelry and stuff like that I can get rid of. Old weapons. Hey, we did get somebody. Alright, this might not be too bad after all. Yeah, we can add the plus. I don't want anybody like way too high level, but yeah, at least somewhat on level. Like we could run 29 pretty easily at this point. And hey Tim, my computer build, I just have a GTX 970 for my GPU and an i7 like 7700K. I think that's what it is. Okay, we're getting a lot of people. We do need a healer. I don't know if the Beorning. Okay, see if this Beorning can heal or if we actually need to look for a healer, which can be a little bit tricky. I assume he wants to join, going to look at the level. They're all like, I feel like really low level now because they're all in the low 30s and I'm like, I'm the one forming the group, but they're all just like a few levels above me. So what was I doing with this vendor? You know, unlock all of this stuff, all my old weapons I made this character just to replace for all that fighting in the Shire we did. Even the teal stuff I could save for cosmetic. I think, yeah, they're not all the same, so we'll go ahead and sell those. I kind of hate selling old gear in a way. But I don't know why I keep going to Kinchat, but hey Dedex Reflection, the population on Anor, I think it's still crowded. Looks like one of the Beornings can heal, so we can get anybody. So the population on Anor, let's see how many people are on right now. Compared to like Arkenstone, this is about the same as far as non-anonymous when I logged on, 348 here. So it seems like the population is going down, and based on the Moria content, I would expect that because there's just not too much going on. I think I can sell everything here. Somebody sent me a message, I'm pretty sure. Wow, 3 Beornings and everybody is in that level range. Okay. We'll make this work. I'm going to have to run level 30 probably. That's the highest I can do. I actually could do 31. Well, we have 3 people that can tank DPS or heal, and then we have 2 that can just DPS, and then I can tanker DPS. I was planning on taking, but I would actually like to DPS if one of the Beornings want to, and we could definitely safely run level 31 if that's the case. So what was I doing? Yeah, I needed to finish selling. I think I can still run, probably should run 30 to be safe. Glad we are able to find a group. I'm just kind of concerned that they're so much higher level than me, but should be able to make this work. I am also a little bit concerned in the yellow line that I might take too much damage, but shouldn't be an issue. My gear is pretty good, I would say, but a lot of it is damage focused because I didn't really care about my defenses too much. I think I do have some pieces that have, like, this necklace is pretty good, but since the stat update, actually a lot of my jewelry has a lot of, like, vitality and stuff like that. It's really nice that he has the quest here. I know I was in North Down somewhat recently, but this will keep me from having to go there, and he has all the ones outside of this. And I think I can easily travel, like, out, actually get there to the camp pretty quickly if I actually have the quest, because it's just one mithril coin, but if I don't have the quest to even begin with. Okay, just want to make sure I'm on tank, unless another Beorning wanted to. Suppose we'll do all the quests. We don't necessarily need to pull that camp, but I kind of expect to. It's been a while since I've done a low level instance. I think I mentioned that, but this should be fun. I gotta get back to used to not only like tanking something like this, but actually being useful here. I guess I have been tanking some of the Moria instances recently on my Warden, but this is a very different character than my Warden. Okay, looks like they got the quest items. Know what to do with that. There's some more skeletons here. I really like this water wing. I think all of Fornost is pretty fun. It's a pretty giant instance if you do all 4 wings, and just takes a while. So that's kind of nice, but I think I like that it's split into wings, because if I want to run just one wing, it's usually going to be water. Not just because that's what people typically run, but because it's the one they first have unlocked. But I just find this one really fun, and it's really good to do for leveling and getting the quest knocked out. Just find it a generally fun wing. Although I will say the water part of it, the actual water part of the water wing, is kind of annoying. That it silences you and can be a little bit difficult. Okay, it looks like everything's dying pretty quickly, so that is good. Not sure what my marks, what all debuffs I have at this point. Oh, I just leveled up. I guess I did level pretty quickly. For some reason I was thinking I wouldn't get much grind XP, but actually get a decent amount and stuff like this. And I'm running fine so far without a shield. The healing's been pretty good, I think. As far as I know, Beorning healing is like really good at this level, from what I remember from my Beornings. Seems kind of odd that I've had so many low level Beornings when it's not really a class I play all that much. I guess because it was a new class, I just ended up making a couple characters for it. I made like one temporary alt that was a Beorning. But that one, I'm trying to remember that one, just ended up playing him more and never replacing him. He was like very temporary just to check the stuff out. And then I ended up making another that was like a more permanent one. Tried to do a little series on that one, but it didn't quite work out as I hoped. Probably could have kept up with it actually decently, but that's so old now. I don't know. Well, we're defeating a lot of orcs in Fornost. We should be able to get a lot of goblins on this boss, because the boss is a goblin, but he summons a lot of ads. Looks like we're getting another quest. That was kind of random. wonder how much Destiny points I have. 9,000? I don't know if that's quite to the point where I'd get the rest of XP on this character in this level range. I was planning on actually doing North Downs on this character, but she's way over leveled for it now. I was thinking back at like 22, 23, so not even like before I started this stream, or before I started doing instances and leveling her and stuff like that, but way back a few levels ago. So I'm thinking I might try that on my Beorning now, potentially my Hunter. My Hunter I was planning on doing pretty much all of Bree. I might have a little bit of trouble with this if I can get aggro here. I'd like to, yeah, do Force Opening and save the Force Taunt for, yeah, the next set of ads if that works. Looks like my mark is on him, but not the Telling Light debuff, which it shouldn't actually be, but the way they have this right now, it actually should be at the same time. Like now it's on the signature. Maybe it's just certain mobs that it doesn't work on. I don't know, I think I have the same issue though on like my high level Guardian that actually has that trait. So I don't know if it's like just an issue with the lower level ones, or I should say I don't think it's an issue with just the lower level ones, but it could be. Oh, it looks like I did forget 2 jewelry pieces to sell. I guess we can do Sarah Cart, that'd probably be good. Looks like a lot of our first times going through this instance with the quests and all that. So might as well do it. I don't think it really gives that much. You do get another box to loot. And you do get all the stuff within the rooms, but she doesn't actually do all that much. The quest doesn't even give XP, which is kind of odd. But get all the XP along the way. Okay, and then I believe she goes to... Does she go all the way down here? Yeah. That one has wargs in it, the one on the right, and she opens... This one, I believe. I think this one has elves? Yeah. Can actually see under the gate, see who's going where. Or who is in what. If you don't remember, I kind of remember just from running this so many times, which rooms we actually fight in. Can target these orgs, but can't quite hit them yet. Well, we can go ahead and attack these mobs, I suppose. Just gotta make sure I actually hit these and Sarah Cart doesn't die. And then we have, I think it is 2 bosses? Yeah, 2 mini bosses, I guess I would consider them. I don't know, back in the day, maybe you got better loot from these guys, but now it's just like a regular instance box, which doesn't have bad loot. At least it has loot now at low levels. That is a really nice thing they've added. It's been quite a while since they've added that, but I do think it's really nice that they did add it. I saw the Burglar icon, the little die pop up above his head. I saw it was a 6, but I'm kind of thinking it always is a 6 above their head. If it's not though, I think that'd be a good thing. It'd be like just a neat thing if it actually showed what tier you got with the die above their head. Yeah, and so far loot we've got to know is just like a bounty bidder and footman. I don't know how we're doing. We have 14 arrowheads actually, so we're doing pretty good on that. Don't see any in the area. I don't know why I just used charge. They're all like way behind me, so it's going to take a minute anyway. Here's an arrowhead. Or a small skeleton, but I bet I'll find an arrowhead in this. I feel like Beornings might have a little bit of issue, and particularly the healing ones here. I think just one of them, just Siegbert. I guess that's how you say his name. That one's the healing one. That he'd have the issues. We still need 5 arrowheads, so I want to make sure. This is always annoying. This is actually a really nice time to be a horde and tank in an instance part like this. I can try to force taunt and hit anything that's actually in melee. Oh man, I just took too much damage. That's always a concern in this one. Tank's taking too much damage. A lot of range damage, and then even the melee guys, I think they do tactical damage. That's like ranged attacks, so that'd be the ranged ones. But there's Water Burst. That one did a lot of damage to me, the 2 hits of that. I think I saw Water Burst. That's actually what looked like it killed me to me. Seemed like my morale dropped a lot more than the 500 from those 2 hits. But it actually just hit. Or maybe that's the ranged attack that we see the animation there. Assume somebody has a res. Looks like the Lore Master's got it. Hey Potman699, should you play on the normal servers or the legendary servers? Well, I always recommend the legendary servers just because I have a lot more fun on them, but there are a few reasons I would not recommend it. So the reasons I would not recommend it would be you have to pay for it, you have to be VIP for one, and you still have to buy the expansions and all that, so that could be annoying to some people. And then also if you're just like a solo player and don't care too much about grouping and doing instances or raids or anything like that, you could do the regular servers because there's going to be a lot more content for you on them. But if you like doing instances like this one I'm doing, kind of on a lower level character, I think these servers would be a lot better. And on top of that, you can run all the older end-game content actually on level, at the level cap on these servers, so you know, that kind of that type of stuff, which I think is fun because I'm enjoying like the Moria endgame that we're on right now. Yeah, that thing that just hit me for 477, I think that's the Water Burst, but felt like it did a lot more damage last time. But still, just a few hits of that on top of all the ranged attacks just take a lot of damage here. Okay, I think this is the last arrowhead we need, so we can just head straight inside from here. Looks like they're attacking somebody, so that's okay. I think at higher levels is when Guardian, the yellow line, gets the other, in the parry chain, yeah, you get redirect later, which isn't the strongest thing, but it is a little bit helpful. Just gives me something extra to do in the parry chain, I suppose. I don't think, yeah, I'm not high enough level to actually resist that fear, or get rid of it yet. But yeah, so far Yellow Line's playing pretty smoothly. Should be really fine in the other lines. This is probably one of the harder parts in the entire instance that is not a boss fight. I should definitely clarify that because that last boss is going to be really tough. Although I think we have a high enough level group that it shouldn't be much issue. If we have hope tokens will be really helpful. But yeah, it's just, you need a lot of morale for that boss because of the hope, and especially the healer. I've run with some healers with under even, I think even around 1k morale, and it's just like really bad. It might have been under 2k, I don't know, under 1k, but like 1.7k or something back when I was running this on my Lore Master before they updated the gear. Lotho lower level gear used to be bad and didn't scale with update 23, and a lot of issues with that. So maybe it's not too bad at this level, like if we had a full level 27 group, kind of like I had. Why? I don't I don't know how I wasn't facing that target. I probably thought I was targeting somebody else. This game does that sometimes, and it is kind of annoying. I don't know why I seem to, at least recently, the past couple days, I've run into it a lot. Hey, stratified supplier, you just installed this game? How's the PvP in this game? I know a lot of people don't play PvP in this game, but there is a little bit of a PvP community, particularly on the Arkenstone server if you're interested in that. And then are hunters any good? Yes, they are good. They're good for DPS right now, basically, which is kind of probably what you'd expect. Okay, make sure everybody gets in, because we don't want to leave anybody out on this one. That could be pretty tough. And I guess I'll have to do the swim because I cannot range tank on a Guardian, unfortunately. This is like the one fight where it's very nice to be a Warden tank and actually get a use out of range tanking with them. We're doing a ton of damage on them. I didn't even get like time to prep hardly any of my things. So yeah, we'll use charge, try and jump on these platforms and go to him. I'm used to being lazy and just staying back there and not having to jump on all these things. But should be okay. You can also swim there. I don't really like swimming. That can be annoying. And if you fall in these particular parts, it can be annoying to get back up. Like, you can get up there fine because it has steps, but getting back while swimming can be really difficult. Seems like the other people, I think they were trying to just get back and run into that issue. I guess I should use War Chant. I don't know why I was avoiding that. He actually goes to the other side, but I think, yeah, the way it opens. Probably should have gone that way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to swim there. It's also annoying how strong his ranged attacks are. That's another reason to actually have to go into melee, basically, and would be one thing with Ordnance that is annoying is how strong his ranged attacks are. It's also really annoying if you're like a squishy and everybody, like the tank, doesn't bother to actually go up. It can be annoying on my squishy alts like my Lore Master and Rune-keeper. I've actually run into that issue, just because Rune-keeper does a lot of damage and can be easy to pull aggro while the sometimes the tank's even working like I am and just draw aggro because they're, you know, you stay back there, you don't really have to run, and if the tank's still running, you can do a lot of damage. But yeah, I'm taking like 500, took 500 damage on one of those hits, but just take a lot more in range than I do in melee. But he's dead anyway, and we had no issues, so that all worked out. I think you have to loot him for a quest, maybe? Or is that somebody else? Might have already gotten that. I could be a quest item. Yeah, it looks like, just make sure people loot them if they have the quest. It looks like I don't have the quest, but maybe I already got that. I can't loot them anymore, at least if I do. Or if I don't. So we will try Fornost Earth next. I got a lot of XP from that. I got like 2 bars and I don't have like any XP boost. I guess I do have my XP boost gear, but I mean like no rested XP or double XP or anything like that. So we can go ahead. Looks like somebody dropped. That's okay. I'll just have to search again. Go ahead and repair all my armor and sell all my new stuff. Got one whole thing, one whole stack of loot there. Looks like we have 4 out of 6. Okay. Yeah, we do need a healer. Unfortunately, our healer dropped. Don't have legendary items on this character. Just got all that stuff organized on my Warden last stream, actually. A few days ago. Or at least most of that stuff. I got like my first stage settled a little bit. Wouldn't mind getting level 30 today. I don't think that would be possible though. Like if I was only playing my Guardian, that would kind of be my goal. I don't know particularly what zone, like where I want to quest on this character. I have troll shots to do, but I just did that on Lowtrien. It was kind of a decent amount of time ago that I was doing troll shots on him though, so could start that on this character if I wanted to do like a particular zone to quest in on this character, unless I just like go around about random places to quest in. Yeah, there's just Evendom. It's not my favorite zone. Evendom actually might be my least favorite. Let's see, we have North Downs. I think I like Estelden more than a lot of Evendom, but North Downs overall maybe not as much as like the Estelden region I really enjoy, especially going down to like Dolden, but it does have some annoying quests. I like a lot of the stuff in this area. Some of Meluinen and Othrakar can be annoying, but yeah, overall probably enjoy North Downs more than Evendom. Evendom has a lot of enjoyable things about it, but it's also in a way kind of bland to me. Forestall I like, so yeah, just thinking of the zones, it might be my least favorite that is not a starter zone at least. The Shire would probably still be my least favorite zone to actually like play multiple times. Yeah, I was actually going to start this up, but got talking because I think somebody went in the instance. I might see if anybody in my kin wants to join as well. I'll try one more message and then we can go ahead and launch it. But yeah, level we can do is 31. I think 30 would be okay. I do need somebody on heal. Like, we could do this fine with the healer, but I'm not sure if that Beorning wants to heal. He didn't heal last time, but we'll see. Get all these loot boxes. I was saving these loot boxes for higher level, but it might be time to go ahead and use them maybe at like level 30. Yeah, we'll have to wait for one if he can't. Just because I will die, basically. Hopefully we can get one somewhat quickly. Hey Sven Stephenson. But yeah, even if I drop the level like way low to 25, which is the minimum, I don't think I could survive. Even if the Lore Master went in yellow line and the Burglar went in yellow line, things would probably end up dying too slow because of that and have issues. I kind of want to get blue line set up, but it's really annoying on Guardian that you, or on any class, that you only have 2 trait trees. They really make you want to spend those 100 mithril coins. I kind of feel like maybe if you're a VIP, you should get the 3rd one free. That could be a nice VIP benefit. Don't know why I went to the crafting hall. I think that's just where I always go on my characters. But yeah, we can go ahead and open the loot boxes because there's like no point in waiting for the level cap on a lot of these characters. We'll see what we get. I'm mainly interested in cosmetic stuff anyway. I don't really care about gear just because I replace it super easily. Like, I'm getting nice-ish gear. That's actually... Don't think I've gotten an upgrade at this point. I don't even think that's an upgrade with the resistance. My bracelets are better than that. I care more about stuff like Toma the Amethyst Sneakerbreaker. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't dislike it, but that's an interesting cosmetic pet, we'll say. Argent Dwarfmate gloves. And Totem of like Veteran Vigor, that's pretty much useless. And this one, I like the Motes of Enchantment the most. I think those are the cosmetic ones, or the Figments of Splendor, are those the... Yeah, the Figments of Splendor are the cosmetic ones. Go ahead and unlock this. Oh, that looked like a mount at first, so these are Dwarf Make. I don't know what the Argent Dwarf Make set looks like, but we got some of those pieces. Also got a pocket item that I don't care about. So yeah, as far as like actual gear, it's all basically useless to me. I don't really care about it. And just interested in cosmetic stuff from that. Which I assumed... I got a pet. I will look at the vendor, see what's going on. Oh, I didn't say what level. That would probably be helpful. So I'm thinking if we search kind of basically what we were doing before the Water Wing, if we don't find anybody, I might go ahead and switch to my Burglar. I think I've done a lot on my Guardian. I wouldn't mind maybe coming back to her. So we have seasonal, featured instance rewards, don't care about that, featured instance challenge rewards. Figments of Splendor, cosmetic. There's one for Browse the Shop, okay, that's the Flame of Encalamere thing. Probably end up actually getting this, just turning my Motes of Enchantment straight into Figments of Splendor. I have a lot of the Golden Forest and Forest Defender. Golden Forest Defender and Brilliant Forest Defender, that's what they are. I have a lot of those pieces. The Grey Mountain Elite one here. I don't know if that looks that great. At least to me. It actually doesn't look too bad in navy. That gives a decent contrast, so maybe Iridescent blue. That's pretty dark though. Steel blue. I don't know what steel blue looks like, so that doesn't look too great. But yeah, I don't think that cosmetic, it's not like horrible, but just not something I'd be interested in. Let's see. What was the one that I was actually getting pieces of? So I had Ancient or Argent Dwarf Make. Ancient Dwarf Make is like a damage type, actually, I think. Grey Mountain, a lot of Grey Mountain, a lot of Moria type stuff, I guess. Even though that's not actually Grey Mountain, I don't think. I think that's more like Irid Mithrin. Slayer's Raiment. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I thought it was pretty ugly. I don't like that one. All this type of stuff that's not actually cosmetic gear. The elk I wouldn't mind. I don't know what that elk looks like, or even the Oscilios steed. I don't know what these look like, but they'd probably be kind of neat to get. Unfortunately, those are more like character bound, and this stuff isn't server wide like cosmetic armor. That actually might go with some turtle gear. It's a tiny shield. Yeah, Zub hunters are pretty good for DPS. Not seeing anybody wanting to join. I'll do another message, I guess. I don't want to feel like I'm spamming LFF, but... but I'm not finding the Argent Dwarf Make. I might just be missing it. So we have Forest Defender, the cloaks with that, Grey Mountain Elite, Grey Mountain Stalwart. I think I looked at Grey Mountain Elite and not Grey Mountain Stalwart. That one's not too bad. It's also one that's probably wouldn't appeal to me. I know I still have Shire Plum, so that doesn't look too great on it to me. Twilight Purple doesn't look too bad. Actually, yellow's not too bad, which is kind of really weird. I expected that to just look really ugly, but if I ever think of yellow on a cosmetic, I don't know. I just wouldn't think it'd look good, but that wasn't too bad. Could work well with the champion. I always associate yellow with champions for some reason. But I'm still looking for the Argent Dwarf make, because every cosmetic piece should be available from the vendor. I don't know if that's a seasonal one, maybe? We have seasonal. Here we go. Perhaps. So we have Dwarf make and then Argent Dwarf make. Looks like Argent Dwarf make is, of course, a lot more expensive. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one either. That could actually look neat dyed. I wonder what it looked like in white. Or something just very light like that. What was it originally again? I don't even remember. Oh, it was white originally. Yeah, that one's actually not too bad. Not sure for a Guardian. I think a Captain would be a pretty good class for that. Looks like that's the only dyeable piece. You can't dye the gloves. Oh, you can dye the legs, I guess. Let's see. Where do the legs dye? Maybe that's not even visible. I don't really know what I'd want with that, so yeah, I'm not too interested in that set right now. What about the regular Dwarf make instead of the Argent Dwarf make? Might like this one better even. The shoulders, yeah, it's like everything should be dyeable with this one. Don't know where again the one things are visible, but the legs are visible. They might not just not be because it's a hauberk. Okay, so we didn't really... What? Oh yeah, here's all the... So yeah, it's just those two cosmetic sets. I did want to look at the steeds. Yeah, not too interested in that. So there's the Knickerbreaker one. I actually got the 4000 Amethyst Knickerbreaker, which only goes into 400 Figments of Splendor. Doesn't look like we're finding anybody. I'll do one more. Kind of get tired of looking at all this stuff. Just because I'm not interested in loot boxes, but because I am going to be opening them on my ults, might as well get an idea of what I might want to work towards here while maybe waiting if we want to find some more people for our group maybe. But yeah, maybe another one of the seasonal ones might have something I like better. We'll see later. I'll probably just ignore it for a few months again and then randomly come back and discover maybe there's a set I'll actually like for once. I can disenchant all the pieces of gear, which I actually probably will do, into the Motes of Enchantment because I don't think anything here looked at all useful. The Moria Sunrise Crystal Brazier. I think could be neat. We'll hold off on that one at least. Another piece of gear. Can I actually disenchant this thing? The Tome of Veteran Vigor? I should be able to because I got it out of the loot box. Same thing with the Tome of Veteran Offense. Should be able to disenchant both of those because they came out of the loot box, but can't do that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I guess use the Amethyst Knickerbreaker on this character. I already have a tan sheep though. I don't know if it can rival that. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah, that's not too bad. Still kind of weird with a Neeker Breaker pet. Okay, I'm probably going to go ahead and switch to my Burglar. I feel like we've been waiting here long enough. But I'll go ahead and switch to my Burglar and play her for a little bit. Similar to my Guardian, I don't think I would try to find an instance, but maybe see if there's like a Great Barrow group. I could always join that one. Don't know if I'd want to try Fornost again, but we can go back to Skirmishes, I think, and just get a general idea of how my Burglar plays and get more used to the update. I think that will be a good thing on this character. And then, yeah, I might go back to my Guardian later, depending how things are going later, and try the blue line maybe. I did have a shield. I don't know if I had a one-handed weapon. Could always make a one-handed weapon. I see a level 28 one here. I don't know what level my Guardian was. Actually forgot. So if I undo online and do... Actually, I can do rank and just see what level my Guardian is. This is an actual way. So that says 27. Sometimes that stuff doesn't update, but 27 doesn't sound wrong. So I can actually make her a weapon pretty easily. I can just use an ingredient pack. I have a ton of those, so that is no problem at all. Probably end up making an axe. Well, Guardians should be able to use axes. Oh, I need a forge. That would make sense. I wonder if I've made this character level 28 weapons yet. I have a level 28 weapon, but those aren't good. The crafted weapons are a lot better. They have a lot higher DPS. Okay, we'll send that to my Guardian. I should probably go to my kinship house and actually start getting those ingredient packs again. I was getting like 6 a day per character, which is really nice. But I stopped doing that for a while when I basically stopped playing all these alts. Alright, so we're good on that. To remind myself what's going on with my Burglar, she has a lot of basically similar gear as my Guardian, so a lot of that stuff should be equal. The jewelry is quite a bit worse, it looks like. Not too bad, a little bit different, stat oriented, and no necklace and a really bad earring though. That's kind of odd. It looks like I don't really have anything going on in my inventory. I have a nice level 28 shoulder item and some nice level 29 gloves, which don't really help. So yeah, we'll just go... I don't know if I want to particularly do anything on landscape. Right now, again, with this character, she's basically the same level as my Guardian, to where I have to decide what I want to do landscape-wise on her. Which are the same options. I don't really know if I'll end up playing my Burglar that much, so I don't know too much how I want to think about that right now. But we can do Trouble in Tuckborough on her the same as the Guardian, and just do a little comparison, maybe see how the performance is different. I'll also play the 2 lines for the Burglar, ignoring the yellow line, but playing the red and blue line. I think blue line is better right now. I don't know why I can't advance this right now, but maybe because I'm in a skirmish. But I think wow, that did a lot of damage. Okay, that actually did a lot of damage. I killed really quickly there with those. I wonder if Surprise Strike is really weak at this level as well. Doesn't look as bad. Subtle Stab is actually a little bit weaker damage-wise, but I think the animation for Surprise Strike is still a lot longer. On top of that, Subtle Stab is actually a fast skill, so it will be. The AoE is actually really nice from Double Edge Strike. I think on Landscape, when I played this character a little bit, didn't really get the use out of that. I think Flashing Blades will be the other AoE, which of course I don't have yet. It's also kind of harder with these counterattacks to get any sort of, I don't know, kind of good stealth opener. I actually did there, but just because with a Burglar it seems like you actually want to attack stuff to start and don't really want them to just come to you. It's kind of harder. That's one reason I was actually thinking about doing a defensive skirmish, but that didn't seem like a great idea on a Burglar. And in general, I don't play the defensive skirmishes as often. Don't know why I can't advance that. It's kind of annoying though. But yeah, I'm killing things very quickly. Just a couple hits if I can actually get aim off, because I can start with a strong cunning attack. And then follow up with a very strong double-edged strike, which is immediate now, so it's a very quick combination with that. I want to try surprise strike here. Oh, he's going to pull that guy, isn't he? Well, I can at least go behind him. Yeah, that's just very weak. Alright, so I'll do one more pull with the red line, one more group, which includes this, doesn't include this counterattack rather. I'll do just basically the side of the skirmish. Okay, so we have the goblin that's up here. I'd like to attack the Durhan Stormkeeper first, and it looks like my warrior is actually doing a really good job of keeping things preoccupied. Knives Out is still pretty, I don't know, hard to use solo as an AoE DPS skill. There it is, just double-edged strike basically. Once I unlock that, things die because, well, it kills them. Feint attack is not an AoE and it won't be, but later on it's not even after double-edged strike we'll get flashing blades, as I mentioned earlier. This should be a pretty fast attack again. That actually didn't crit, I guess because he parried. I did get a crit, but it was actually, it wasn't cunning attack that crit. Oh yeah, I guess I could go in stealth and maybe see how much damage stealth cunning attack the dot does. We have 73, 96, and 120. Okay, so a regular hit is the same as crit, and devastate, it looks like, is the only stronger one. The patch notes said they didn't stack, but in all my testing and everything I've seen, they actually do stack. And it meant the same tier didn't stack, but again, the testing, unless I'm just somehow getting a whole bunch of different dots on them, from, again, the little bit I've been playing and little bit I've seen, to like regular hit dots of cunning attack will actually stack, but again, that could just be actually applying different ones, which is possible. I don't know the different names for them as far as that stuff goes, but we can switch to blue line now. Red line's being very efficient here, but I think it still has its issues. If you don't get crits, it's a little bit slower. So I'm kind of curious though on blue line. Seems like Gambler's Advantage is a lot stronger than it used to be, but Double-Edged Strike is weaker than the red line. It's still stronger than Gambler's Advantage, especially in AoE, but it seems like, yeah, Gambler's Advantage is going to be a lot better in single target, especially longer fights. A very short fight, that would be the time to consider not using it. It's also really annoying at this level that Lucky Strike is locked in the crit chain instead of just regularly usable. Hey Frank, and how does Berg DPS stack up after the buffs? I think they are in line with other classes now. They have pretty good DPS. Their small AoE target DPS is significantly improved, of course, but yeah, they just do a lot more damage. It seems pretty comparable to my Guardian just at this level based on the little bit I've been playing here in a single skirmish. It seems pretty comparable. I would say single target can be faster and can have higher burst damage, but a lot of the dots going on with the Guardian and AoE damage can be a lot better on the Guardian. And the Guardian's also not really like a true DPS class, so I still wouldn't consider it. With the red line, they at least don't have it in line as much with other classes. That's what they consider it, rather. Ideally, every DPS spec should be not necessarily the exact same in what they do, but should be comparable in performance, I think. But anyway, yeah, the Burglar, I think, is a lot more comparable to other classes like Rune-keeper and Hunter. And single target, it does have a little bit more AoE than they used to. Like right here, I'm doing a lot of AoE damage with double-edged strike as long as it's 3 or fewer targets. We still have one more loose goblin. Here he is. And an opening like that where I get cunning attack to crit and then just follow up with double-edged strike just kills things very quickly. One thing I do say with the Burglar though, it really bothers me that surprise strike is basically a useless skill, especially the higher level you get. I really do feel like it should be a main skill. There I go, using it when I actually didn't need to. Okay, we got a lot of mobs here. Should still be able to handle this. Blue line has a lot of healing compared to red line. But yeah, this is where you might notice a lack of AoE DPS if I'm comparing to my Guardian, who definitely would have gone through this fight a lot quicker, where he could actually hit a lot more targets with his AoEs. This one is not doing that. But if I'm just fighting the Sea Lot of Pain and get all that stuff going, actually did like really weak on him in that. That was a bad example. It does a lot more damage. I'll try on the boss fight to kind of show a strong opener with red line. I think that'd be a good time for it anyway. I don't know, it's kind of hard to compare though, red and blue line still. Red line seems pretty weak unless you get a crit. And blue line seems pretty solid all the way through and just becomes a lot stronger with crits. So it's less dependent on it, but still gets a lot of benefit from it. But then you can do stuff like that in red line and just kill all those mobs pretty easily. I think I still find blue line more enjoyable to play, even though I kind of like the ideas of red line Burglar maybe a little bit better. I actually like a lot of stuff from the blue line, but yeah, I don't know, something with the red line, it just doesn't quite feel right, especially at this level it feels not that great to play compared to blue line. And blue line's even a little bit clunky because I feel like both blind bet and lucky strike should not be in the crit chain, but they are. And even at high levels blind bet is, even though lucky strike is not. I feel like they both should be out of the crit chain just by default. But yeah, we can do another skirmish. I think Storm on Methodrist would be good. And then probably go ahead and switch to another character. I know I stayed on my Guardian long, but that was a class I enjoyed and we ended up doing an instance. And the Burglar I do probably still want to do a whole stream. Oh yeah, I tried to advance this. Or should have tried to advance this while out of the skirmish, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we have the Deathmonger here. Looks like he'll see me. I am back in blue line, so that is good. And similar to Guardian, I don't really have any situation where I can get into really long fights and kind of test everything that's going on with the Burglar, both in the red and the blue line. So in the blue line we have like Gambler's Advantage, which does a lot of damage over time but can't really get the effect of that. On top of that, it tears up. On my high level Burglar, actually in red line, I noticed that a lot because I actually have that skill in the red line. I have that trait and it's very strong on longer fights when we killed the turtle. But yeah, blue line just has a lot more like self-sustain and survivability stuff, so maybe overall like damage wise blue line might be a little bit weaker at higher levels, but it's just seems a lot stronger at low levels. Unless you get a crit, then red line gets going a little bit better perhaps. And in longer fights at low levels you also have a lot more stuff going for you, so yeah. It's kind of weird though, I'd expect like it should be red line does more damage It should just kind of be a true thing based on the way they have the specs now. Although here, this is actually getting pretty slow. But then once I get those 2 dots, if this was a longer fight, you could actually see all the ticks and stuff from them do a decent amount of damage. These mobs are also really annoying. It's a fun skirmish, but it does have some really annoying mobs in it. For some reason, things seem like they're suddenly dying a lot slower. I don't know if it's just me or if after I do all that talking about the line being a lot stronger at this level, things just decide to die slower. Okay, now they're dying quicker again once I actually use double-edged strike a couple of times. I think there's a lieutenant, or not a lieutenant, but one of those mobs that encounters attacking. Should probably go back for that, at least tap it. I don't know at this level if it's possible for the NPCs to fail, but we'll at least tap them so we get credit. And then might as well continue from here, I suppose. If they can deal with that, I can deal with the rest of this stuff. I don't know if I've seen a mob do that. Do like the, it's already a ball of light, but do like a little bubble all around them. Maybe I have. This is why they're really annoying when they do that. You can't target them. They also have other ones, I think, that burrow. I don't know if they do in this skirmish. I'm trying to think if they do. Feels like they do just because they have a lot of the annoying mobs in this one. And trees are also annoying. They have those because they do all the knockbacks and just take up a lot of space on the screen, so they're just annoying in that way as well. This is another time where, like, Burglar, sure, my DPS might be good, like reasonable compared to the other classes, but because my AoEs don't hit that many targets, things just die overall a bit slower, even though like the individual mobs might not die as slow. But we're making progress, actually. Every double-edged strike I can use at this point basically just makes them die a lot quicker. This is, again, a situation where Redline actually, if I had flashing blades at this point, would be a bit better, I think. Just because that's also an AoE. Is this a counterattack of one mob? That's what it looks like, but I do hear a tree behind me. I'm trying to hit this one, there we go. These mobs are also always annoying because they do so much damage. I actually think this one, if you're in a group, might be mistaken. I actually think it's a lieutenant, not this particular mob, but they can just wipe the group in one hit, which can be pretty annoying. But yeah, because they do a lot of tactical damage, they're just often really annoying because they kill you really quickly, basically. Then the Shepherd of Filth there is annoying, not because of himself, but because of the crawlers he summons. If they actually hit you, they slow you down so much. They like slow you down just a very crazy, ridiculous amount. Let's see. This is just tier 2.5 plus 60% attack duration, which is very slow. Well, got all that. Now we can get the flag and continue on. Kill the dragon and then kill the witch. see. I didn't really look through this character's inventory as much. It was pretty clean to begin with. I know I crafted that like single piece of gear and looked at some of my gear, but yeah, I also have the loot boxes to open on this character, so we'll go ahead and do that. Again, won't care too much what I get besides cosmetics. I still don't even care too much for the cosmetics based on what's available right now, but get my Figments of Splendor, I guess, see if there is maybe a cosmetic set I can get that I'm actually interested in. This is a fight. I can actually get some decent dots on this mob, it looks like. Get Gambler's Advantage going a little bit. I'm actually going to use Double-Edged Strike there because he's almost dead. But actually get a couple tears on that. It tears up pretty strong at high levels. I don't know if I could really see that at this level, how strong it gets, but maybe we can try. I think she's just like dying way too quick for that, especially as I get my next dot. I got tier 6 on that one actually, so it's 165 damage, and yeah. Just a lot of dots going. You have 3 different dots in the blue line with Cunning Attack, Gambler's Advantage, and Lucky Strike. Yeah, looted the chest. I feel like just did everything so quickly I almost forgot to loot the chest, and now we can turn in that spring quest. Good thing I remembered there, because it has been annoying me. What were we doing? Oh, the loot boxes. Might as well go ahead and open that because I do plan to switch characters. Not sure if I'd come back to the Burglar, but not shared storage. Should have the 4 bound keys in my regular vault. Are they in my inventory? Oh, I haven't even opened them yet. They're from the year gift boxes. So you get 4 per character, but they're in these gift boxes. That's probably part of the reason why everything's so clean on this character. So yeah, now I have the 4 keys, so we can go ahead and... I'm going to go ahead and destroy this stuff just so I don't mix it up. Okay, yeah, now I can go ahead and open these and see what we get. Actually, I should probably sort my inventory first, so let's do that. Okay, so I got the Topaz Sneaker Breaker on this character. Kind of like the idea of Amethyst better. This is a really bad bracelet. The gear from this is really bad, which is kind of good, I guess, for this level, just so it's not really pay to win, but at high level I know it's a lot better. Just kind of annoying. Stat tome box. Those are, that one's going to be bound to account, but those are very valuable. Get Tome of Might 1. The main stat ones are really kind of useless now because main stats are basically useless at this point. With the update 23 quite a while ago. It's actually decent shoulder pads. I think might have better ones actually. I did level up to 28. Yeah, I think these ones are actually going to be better though. Ones I have in my inventory, which is true. Almost got a piece of gear. Okay, so we have 1 more to open, it looks like. And I got a Great Axe that could... Cosmetic, maybe? That icon is very deceptive. It actually looks like a really nice axe in the icon, but the actual axe looks really bad, especially for a Great Axe. Looks like half a one-handed axe. I don't know. Well, we got some really bad stuff from that overall. I guess the stat tome box could be nice, but isn't really. So we'll switch characters. Didn't even think about who I want to log on to. Don't really want to log on my Minstrel. I do want to get on my Rune-keeper, but I also want to get on my Beorning. I want to see how close she is to level 20 first of all. We might get her to 20 and unlock Skirmishes on her. And if not, I'll just switch to my Rune-keeper and then probably go back to my Guardian. Celebrate spring. Celebrate spring. Destination Lonelands. Well, I'm level 20. That works. So, we'll unlock Skirmishes on this character. Do I have level 20 armor? I don't believe I do. I have level 15 armor. Oh, I should. I was gonna say while I'm at my kin house, I should go ahead and get one of those thingies. Don't remember what anymore. What are they? Universal ingredient packs. I was going to have to actually look at that. But yeah, one of the universal ingredient packs. I do have a level 20 weapon here. That's a lot of morale. 43 agility. Oh, I have another level 20 weapon. Well, that's nice. Got a lot of good gear now. Actually, that gear isn't the best because it is just plain might and vitality. When you could get a lot better secondary stats, but that's okay. It'll work until like the 22 set. We'll just have a slightly weaker Beorning, which is okay. But yeah, I'll go ahead and go down and unlock the skirmishes. Can do the loot box stuff, I guess, on this character as well. All that stuff should be in our vault. We can go ahead and do that at the beginning. Get that done and out of the way. Not shared storage vault. Okay, we have the 4 keys, but I actually don't have loot boxes on this character yet. That's really weird. They're probably super cheap if I want to buy them. Are they called loot box? They actually are called loot box. Wow, they've actually gone way up in price. I could actually consider start selling them again. 50 silver each with how many you can get. Alvi, thank you for subscribing. Surprised I actually caught that one. Which reminds me, I still need to fix that. To actually have it play a sound, but yeah, we'll go ahead and put the keys back because I need to actually loot the loot boxes on this character. I don't have them filtered, so I guess I just haven't had any drop. Probably because I haven't been level 20. Don't know if I'll see any drop in skirmishes. We could also run an instance on this character. I wouldn't mind doing Great Barrow Maze. Looks like I have the blue line set up. I think I do actually prefer playing the blue line over the red line. It's a lot more fun. Red line, it was not in a great spot before, but when they did the revamp, they kind of ruined it to me. Probably, I don't know, all this stuff is pretty bad. Getting just 1 point in this can be okay. It's decent for tanking, so we'll get 1 point in that. I don't know why oh, I know. I have like I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but yeah, we'll look at this. I have everything hidden, all the UI names, that type of stuff. Overhead quest icons, and then yeah, non-quest icons is what we want. Man, my chair is squeaky today, but yeah, go ahead and travel, get this started, unlock the skirmishes, and probably run one skirmish on this character. I don't know, it'd have to be one of the 2 I've already done, but yeah, it'd be either Trouble in Tuckborough, the longer one, or Storm on Methodist, the pretty short one. I think is pretty short overall, even though it's got a good chunk of mobs in it. It's only 3 real phases to it, then the boss fight. Guess kind of you could consider, oh yeah, that actually is 3, the lead up to the first area, and then the second area, and then the boss. 2 main areas with like counterattacks and all that. Okay, probably got new mail to actually talk to this person and start this. Yeah. Anything that has no effect, so we'll destroy it. So he's talking about reclaiming Bree, which sounds like a good idea. Although I feel like I could easily do that without him doing all this talking. He says now go and reclaim Greed, but he doesn't want to let me go. There we go. Yeah, my damage is actually kind of low, I think. I don't know, maybe out of bear form. I think in Redline it's a lot stronger out of bear form. At least at this level. Or at least at level 19, I should say, back when I played this character. But yeah, did a lot more damage outside of bear form. Really don't like using two-handed. I much prefer dual wield on my Beorning. Even though it's actually a little bit less DPS optimized for Redline in particular. But we can try Redline a little bit, see how that goes at this point. Execute, bleed damage, and get slash to bleed. But yeah, bear form is just really weak, I think. I have the same thing on my high level Beorning, so it's not just like unique to this one. To low level, I should say. But yeah, kill things just a lot quicker in man form, which I also don't like. It should be the opposite, I think, ideally. And execute at this point is basically a useless skill. Although it is the only real wrath consumer, I guess Bash consumes wrath. Bash is actually useful if you can get a decent amount of damage out of it, but otherwise I'd still stay in man form. Especially when he gets serrated blade, that would help with AoE and dot damage a lot. Hey Philippe. Well, that was pretty quick. Seemed to run through it quickly, but it is a starter skirmish tutorial 1. We can move on to Defense of the Prancing Pony. I actually started this on tier 3 on my minstrel. I think that was kind of fun doing the tutorial on tier 3. It was actually decently difficult. I don't know, back in the day, I don't really remember the skirmish tutorial being difficult, but I'm kind of curious back in the day if it was at all. Like when they first introduced it, just because I know the game in general was a lot tougher back then. It's kind of sad that I have this really nice, I actually crafted this weapon myself on my Warden, it looks like, but I have this really nice two-handed weapon, two-handed club for this Beorning. But I want dual-wield weapons. I would prefer that again. So yeah, this is the slow part, actually having to do some stuff. And then I have to slot it here. I have to confirm. Oh, and then I actually have to summon it. I mean, they're making me do a lot of work here. Well, that was a pretty easy first assault. Can move on to listening, and then maybe the second assault. This is the type of thing that would be really nice if you could skip it if you've done it before. Like if one character on your account, or even on your server, has done the skirmish tutorial, then you could just skip it on your other characters. They could have like an extra quest to skip it, and then you still have the option to do it if you want. Okay, we got that done. We probably, yeah, have to talk to him again. That is actually true. when you encounter more, you do learn more about them. Especially for me, like in the... Oh, I'm actually going to run to the cap of these somewhat soon, but in like the grades that I've done with my kin, where I have no idea what some of these lieutenants do. It's kind of fun finding that out. Oh, we don't actually have to talk to him. I would have expected to have to talk to him after one little fight like that again. He just let it run for a couple fights here. And we didn't even get to hit the other guys that much. Okay, now we probably do have to talk to him. Yep. And more listening. Okay, that is done. Then we can turn that in and run a real skirmish. I don't know how much I'll pay attention to my skirmish soldier. I guess I can do a little bit on this character. I'm feeling warrior. I don't know why, but that is what I want. And I think, yeah, that's the one I already have. We'll go ahead and get a couple ranks in that. I guess I didn't need to get it that much. It's already level 33 and spent a lot of marks on it on accident. A warrior we can get... Is that an AoE? A bleeding one? Yeah, we'll do that one, why not? And then we also got quick sweep there. I'm not meaning to spend so many marks on this stuff. We might as well get me some physical mastery, that'd be good. I don't even know if I can slot that one yet, and then we'll get him physical potency. That sounds good. So manage. Yeah, I can't even equip my own, but we can give him carving, that one. Although it's not as high level in physical potency there. Okay, so I think I'll start off... I'm thinking a Stormwall Methodist would be pretty fun here on my Beorning. What do we have? Yeah, we have the Warrior Skirmish Soldier, so I think, yeah, we're good to go. Go ahead and do this, just tier 1. Start it up, see how it compares to Burglar. I do expect to go a bit quicker than Burglar. I should have more skills. I just realized I should have like Relentless Maul and stuff like that, shouldn't I? Or do I just not have that yet? I do have Execute. Oh, that is on my bars. I just totally missed it, but yeah, there we go. But yeah, we have a lot more AoE than like compared to the Burglar. And I seem to be doing a lot more damage. I'm a few levels lower, but just like my immediate hits. I don't know, I was thinking Slash there, I got a big crit, but that also could have been my warrior. He seems to be pretty high level. I assume he does decent amount of damage. But relative to my Burglar, I don't think the actual damage numbers are that high. I just saw that like big one pop up and I was like, okay, that's doing even more damage, but it's just a single hit. Oh, there's a Sambrog. I don't have that unlocked on this character, but that would actually be an instance I could consider joining. This would actually be a nice time to have Relentless Maul here in the red line. I think Thrash on the third one. Oh, that's actually not an AoE at this point. So yeah, we don't have much point at all in going in bear form, unfortunately. This might be a situation... Well, I'm actually really weak here. I take that back. At this point, Burglar is going to be even better in AoE. Blue line might be a little bit better because they actually have some AoEs I can use. But without Relentless Maul, red line's going to be pretty bad at this point, and without like Biting Edge to actually do a dot, Plus these mobs are just annoying. You like miss on them half the time, it seems like. The little balls of light, they have a lot of avoidance, I think, and stuff like that. Killed that mob quickly though with Slam. Actually slammed him properly. Oh, apparently I defeated a lieutenant. I don't even remember that. I don't know if I hit it, maybe my warrior hit it. I think I died quickly too. Well, we're making good progress on this. I do feel like it's going faster than my Burglar overall. I just have issues like on these mobs, but I had the same issue on my Burglar with missing and stuff like that, and just not quite high enough level to have a decent amount of my stuff. And the Burglar is kind of the same way, I guess, but it felt like I had a lot more of the core skills on my Burglar, even though they change a lot at higher level. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Relentless Maul and getting this Biting Edge AoE here in the red line. I did mean to switch, actually meant to switch to the blue line for this area to test it out a little bit more. Okay, while I'm out of combat, quickly switch to the blue line here. Yeah, the blue line, just because I can actually have a bear form AoE is basically why I believe it already bleeds. Oh, it doesn't bleed yet? Why doesn't it bleed? Oh, I get in 3 more trait points spin it'll actually bleed, but it's an AoE. So yeah, this is going to be a bit more tough, but I have a lot of stuff to survive this type of stuff here on the blue line. And just because I have 1 more AoE, I can switch between man form and bear form with that. Guess I can get actually 2 of the bear form just to maximize my DPS efficiency with that. Do 2 of the bear form AoEs and then 1 man form, but seems like a moot point at this point because all these mobs are basically dead. I do have that giant mob. This skirmish with like the lieutenants and stuff like that just seems to be a collection of all the annoying things. It seems like they have like the shield guy, and then they have these big kinda, I don't know how annoying this one is, but kinda just big, somewhat creepy-ish mobs, I guess. Which I don't know if I'd really expect that. It's in Isengard, that area. It's nice that we can actually see the bear's paw prints. They don't quite look completely accurate, mainly because they're just like in a single line there. I have 4 paws, so it should be 4 distinct paw prints if I like jump or something like that, but yeah, we just see kind of that one in the back there. It's actually, when I scoot like this a little bit, you do see them. But when I was going fast, I didn't really see them at least. But we will help kill this dragon and ignore my paw prints for a little bit. Getting blocked a lot. Okay, loot the chest and turn in the quest. We actually have gotten a decent amount of XP on this character. Considering I didn't even start this at level 20, basically start at level 20 from that spring quest. Like at the very start of level 20, just the tutorial plus the single skirmish got me a decent way towards 21. So this character is the one I was thinking about doing, what was that called, North Downs? Yeah, I was thinking about doing North Downs on, but to be honest, my Beorning, there's a lot wrong with her right now. I'm kind of reminded why I haven't played much Beorning lately. So if I actually got high level, the blue line would be fun, but it's just still really weak damage-wise, which isn't too enjoyable on the landscape, so that's kind of hard for me to enjoy to just play blue line if I'm looking for a DPS spec, which of course should be expected as a tank spec, but because it's actually more enjoyable to play from just a gameplay perspective, I want to play it over the red line. But when I do play it again, it's really slow. But the red line being the DPS spec, it should be enjoyable to play from a gameplay perspective, but it just really isn't for me. So yeah, I might be saving North Downs for my hunter. That seems the most likely character that I'd want to run it on. But we can get on my Rune-keeper and do a couple things on him, see what's up with him, probably run a skirmish at least. He is one I do want to get to level 60. I might just abandon Ingmar on him, or I might go back and do Ingmar and do that to like level 50 at least, and do a lot of stuff on Ingmar. That's actually, talking about it actually makes me want to do it a little bit more. So yeah, I might finish Ingmar on him, go back to the RK and Ingmar little mini-series I was doing. Planning on doing like a full zone run through like I did Fornost, the other zone I did. When did I do? The Shire? The starter zone, so fairly different zones, but yeah, something I'd like to do. And on this character I can use the rested XP, I think. Should be getting a decent amount of destiny points, and if not, I'll just save them for later if it seems like I'm using too many on him. Alright, so yeah, he's already here in Bree actually. He's not still stuck in Ingmar. He is a messy inventory, been doing a lot of crafting on him. Don't quite have his crafting exactly where I'd like with this, but it looks like it could make my warden. I don't know what this set looks like or what my warden needs, but as far as crafting goes on this character, it looks like I have a lot of that covered, besides like specific reputation type recipes. Is it just me or is that really ugly in green? Oops, I meant to change the chest piece. Yeah, I don't think that's really the best looking set. I really don't like it in green. For some reason green just, that does not look right at all to me. But anyway, we can move on. I actually have the level 51 set. Well, it's all the same. It's actually, yeah, it just changes the color. The different light armor crafted sets, if y'all are unfamiliar, these just like change color between each, so it doesn't really matter which one I have, but I have the 51 set and I dyed it black, but it'd be the same as like the 54 and 56 and 58 set dyed black. That's a lot of sets. 50, is that right? 54, 56, and 58? Yeah, okay. Well, we can do a skirmish on this character. I will do something different if I can. Oh, I don't have skirmishes unlocked on him? Oh no. Okay. Well, we'll unlock skirmishes on him, I guess. Oh yeah, I just sent this stuff from my guardian. Oh, that wasn't the stream, that was actually when I was recording some gameplay on her. Probably saw her inventory was full and it was fuller, I think. But yeah, we'll unlock skirmishes. I didn't really feel like doing that twice in a row, but that's okay. Do want to play my Rune-keeper. I don't know if I'll stay lightning in the skirmish. That'll be fun to test out lightning versus fire in the skirmish. And it looks like gear wise I have some pieces in my inventory, some gloves for later, cloak for later maybe, and yeah, not too much going on. Have the 8-year gift box on him. That is not a cloak I would really wear, especially because it's hooded. I don't know, is there not an unhooded version? I feel like there should be a hoodless version you also get with that, but maybe not. Skirmish tutorial, yeah, it looks like I have to start this from the very beginning. We'll see if he goes through it quicker than my Beorning. My Beorning did go through it pretty quickly. Oh, I don't have... Do I not have quest rings shown on him? Or is it just because he is... Because these quests are really low level. I don't have overhead quest icons. I wonder what I was recording. I don't even remember anymore what I could have been recording on this character. Oh, I was in Fornost. Okay. Usually I just do that stuff when I record videos because all the UI stuff can be annoying and distracting, I guess, when you just want to get what it actually looks like. I have a ton of crafting stuff, all the different Master and Supreme and even Artisan scroll cases. I've sent this stuff from my warden to this character. He's basically become my bank alt, which it seems like it's always my Rune-keeper is my bank alt, just because he's like my second main character, I'd say. That's just what happens to him. And since I'm on him a lot, it's pretty convenient for him to have a lot of my stuff, but because I'm also on him a lot, it's annoying having all this stuff on him. So he says the gate is well protected, but your soldier will aid you in the battle. We'll see how much aiding he does. I feel like he's not going to do much at all. Once again, he told me to go and reclaim Bree, but it took a minute to actually want to let me. Wow, that did a lot of damage when it crit. I'm still not used to... I've talked about this when I was playing the Rune-keeper, leveling this Rune-keeper for a lot. The epic conclusion, you can use that while moving. And I'm still not used to that. It's been that way for a long while now. But I'm just still not used to it. Used to having to stop everything to cast epic conclusion. Yeah, it seems like lightning's still very crit dependent. Can do not much damage and then suddenly get a big crit and almost one-shot the mob even. It's very smooth when you get at least one crit, but if you get 0 crits at all, it can be kind of slow. Like right now it's a little bit slow because I'm not getting any crits. Now we can just one-shot him mob. He just like completely disappeared. I guess we can do the encounter. I don't know why I have that hiccup so much right now. I seem to always get them at some point in a stream. It's like we have 2 things we can count on, train horn and me getting hiccups. And we have had a train horn, had that a little bit earlier. The past like half hour I have been drinking a lot more water, but I also had them once before that, just because it's kind of getting hot here. Annoying part of summer is how hot it is. Oh, we're actually launching it. I didn't know what was going on there, but I had to actually do something. It's kind of unfortunate that this is like the most convenient time for me to play. At least has been. For a while. It seems like, you know, every once in a while it might be a little bit later. Just kind of this general time before evening time, server time, has been pretty good and ideal for me and kind of when I've been wanting to play. But as far as like my kin and stuff like that, they always do events later in the day, which isn't really a problem, but if I'm looking to play LOTRO, it seems like it's always this time. And this is like a good time for me to stream. Kind of, I would consider it, well at this point, kind of middle to late afternoon even. And getting towards early evening, but starting more in the middle afternoon. After I get home, like, from work and all that stuff. Well, I guess I can go ahead and make my Rohan warrior female, I guess. No skills training or personal. I'll have all this stuff I can just quickly get though. Okay, now we need to call him forward. I tried the Rohirrim male on one character, but I think it's the same thing like playing male characters in this game. For some reason the avatars and their models, actual models of the characters, really annoy me. Not just like the face models, which they have recently updated, but the overall character build and the way they look, for some reason, it's just really weird to me. And I have the same issue in WoW. The human males are like way too big, basically. Even though like other races I could play the males completely fine, but in like high elves and elves it's not as annoying in LOTRO, but definitely is for humans. In classic WoW, I will be bringing back my original mage, which you all will see what he looks like. After 6 PM is night, you think? Yeah, you could consider that night. I would kind of consider maybe in the winter that could be night, but at least at where I am, it'd be getting dark around 6 PM, sometimes even earlier in winter. So that's when I'd consider it night, but in the summer, I'd probably consider night more like after 8 PM, and it's even light after 8 PM, sometimes 9 PM even. Hey, Inspector Roos. Unfortunately, I cannot read that, but for some reason I feel like it says hello. We will see. Belarusian? I have no idea what that word is. When I put that in Google Translate, it said Z Darova. That's what it said in Google Translate, so I do not know what's going on with that, but oh, there, it actually says hello. For some reason it didn't do Russian, I just realized that. I was like, I thought that looked Russian, but I'm not all that familiar with it. Fortunately, we have some downtime with the skirmish that I could check. But anyway, yeah, hello. I think I recognize that just because people, seems like, it might even have been from you in the past that I've seen, like, messages in Russian. It seems like, that one I actually remember now. So we have to kill this guy, the half-orc. Should be pretty quick with an epic conclusion, maybe. There we go. And Mert Olake? I think that's what it said. It already disappeared from the message, but I thought that's what it said. Thank you for subscribing. Okay, finally done with that. So we can run a skirmish. Once again, I do plan to do a different one than the ones I've already done. On my original Rune-keeper, I got a protector, but I don't think I like that. I actually like the idea of a sage to pair with a Rune-keeper. Both ranged magic casters. I think that works pretty decently. So we will go ahead and get some decent stuff, I guess, for him. We can barter for an ultimate skill, assuming I can actually get one. Let's see. Level 60, level 50. Guess we will not be getting an ultimate skill yet. So we have a... I don't want a debuff, I just want a lot of damage. So we'll get Word of Battle and see if I want to equip that. Hey Frank, have I played Captain today? I have not played Captain today. I actually still have to make one here. I have to make a champion and a captain still. I think that's all the classes I have left. But I'll be doing that in the near future. I do want to get back to Captain, see if my memories of them being super slow are true. Oh, that one I'm too low level for as well? Well, maybe I'll save that. It's just one level away, actually. Okay, trainer, we have Sage. We want to get this to about... yeah, that'll work. Level 45-ish. It's not the most important to get it up, but it will help a little bit. Thank you, Hidon Kazu, also for subscribing. I'm actually catching all these messages. We're getting a lot more subscribers during the stream. This is like the third or fourth one, it looks like, which is a lot for me to actually get in the middle of a stream. Anyway, we need to work on Sage here. So yeah, man, Blue Line Captain makes you happy. I really enjoy the Blue Line Captain, but it again kind of, to me, suffers from issues of being slow. But I really like healing and playing on Blue Line Captain. Or off healing, it's not really the best like main healer. So stuff I want here. The root can actually be kind of nice. I think with a Rune-keeper, with a melee class, that'd be pretty horrible. AoE there. Chilling Winds, I don't think I'll work on that too much because I'd rather the other stuff I can get. Oh, he can only use 2 skills right now anyway, so that works. Requirements not met. Oh, I need to actually put a Sage in, it looks like. There we go. And then, oh, I didn't do any training or personal. I forgot all that stuff. Probably get Boundless Morale, just so it survives better. Some good tactical mastery. A few points in that. No, I think I had one more. If I did, I would like something like a critical rating would be good. Yeah, captains are supposed to be getting reworked soon. That's why I keep strongly hinting, I guess, at them being slow. Or I guess instead of strongly hinting, I'm just saying they're slow because they are slow to me. So I hope they get a little buff in their speed. Just their attack speed and animation speed. I assume they'll be working on that because they've done it with every other class, and that's why if you see my class tier list video, why they were so low compared to where they could be. They're very enjoyable. The idea of them is still very enjoyable to me. And we just want tactical mastery for this character. Okay, that was really slow the way I did it. I don't know why I just got each thing at once, but we did that, and we have a lot more skirmishes. I was trying to remember which ones I couldn't do. So the Icy Crevice is a really fun one, I think, but it can be tricky, so let's do it. That sounds fun right now. But yeah, it'd be nice to see their solo DPS get improved, but at the same time, you'd have to somehow work around them being too strong in a group. One way I think they could do that, if they could actually implement it, is if you're in a group with a captain, you get like a minus 25% damage debuff, which sounds really bad, but that way while solo, like you balance your damage around the group damage, and then while solo it basically acts like a huge DPS buff. I don't know if the way they could do that though, you would have to either do it based on people in group, which could really suck if you're in a group with somebody like 5 zones away. It would take a ton of damage in this one. I do have to watch out about that. I think every class I have played so far has had no issues with taking damage, and suddenly I'm like on a squishy Rune-keeper who has less morale than my level 20 something Guardian. Probably, I think my gear is much better at this point, but yeah, probably outdated gear from the crafting rework, which was a while ago even. So yeah, we're gonna have to survive some tricky stuff here. That one spirit had like, I don't know, 400 health or something, and I just did like 4k damage to it, but kind of deserved it for being an annoying mob. Actually, that would be a nice time to just one-shot the Daywalker Berserker before he gets his shield up. I should have tried to stun him before he did that. He got stunned still, but this is a time to go to event. I don't care about increasing my damage. I want to decrease enemies' damage and increase my incoming healing. There we go, got him dead. Okay, so his thing is done. I would like to get outside the vent when I hit him and run right back to the vent. Oh, he'll just stun me. This guy's annoying not only because he has that shield, but he does a lot of damage anyway. And in the skirmish, you take a ton of damage. Ooh, I need to armor the elements. I need to do something. I have a debuff. I don't know if it's doing damage to me. Wow, I'm actually, something's healing me for a lot. Is Prelude to Hope actually healing me for that much? How much increased healing? That's actually plus 50%. I didn't realize there was that much increased healing in life, so that's actually nice with Prelude to Hope. Being able to heal me that much, like 300 a tick in there. Is that what it was? Yeah, it's up to 237. 353. Seems to vary a lot more though when I'm actually in there. But while dealing damage, I want to be outside the steams because you get this nice damage buff plus 35%, which is pretty significant, but the enemies are also dealing plus 35% outside of it. I guess it just enhances the glass cannon effect. You take a lot of damage and you deal a lot of damage. And that's just, yeah, a lot more extreme. Outside of the steams, I saw an encounter at the second canyon. Oh, these things. I want to go ahead and do that. I'm just having a lot of fun here on lightning, but I should switch to fire. I can try, oh no, this boss will be pulled in lightning. It's actually really nice that he's inducting, because that did like nothing. Now I can just stun him during that induct. He might not even get a hit on me. Let's try fire from here on out. I don't know the boss fight. The boss fight, I think they die relatively quickly anyway, so I don't know too much how fire versus lightning would be with that. The mobs in this particular area, or even in the whole skirmish, seem to have a large aggro radius. At least that range mob didn't. Kind of reminded me in the past. I think some things like that have been true. But these ones actually aren't too bad, these last couple. For some reason I was trying to claim that little flag looking thing, the pole there basically. Looks almost like that, the stick part of it, but not really. Oh yeah, we're on fire. Well, I can do the runestone, that will help. We have an annoying frost thing, of course, but we'll just kill some stuff. I don't even know where the frost thing went, if it was in melee. It was so hard to see. I feel like my sage isn't doing anything right now. Did we? I might have missed another encounter, but it's okay, I guess. Got some quick healing in the vent. I'm good to continue. Prelude to Hope's actually not too bad overall. Since it ticks every 1 second, if you get the full duration of 12 seconds out of it, it's a decent amount of morale. It's just because I have such low morale, it could even be up to like half of my morale. And in the vents, if it ticks over 200 each time, it could be close to my full morale, which is nice. That's why I'm healing so much right now. Guess I'll stay in fire for this. The skirmish has been really quick. Just killing things quickly overall. Don't need to be in the vent right now. I don't even think, yeah, these bosses don't get the vent buffs or debuffs, I don't think, so I don't need to worry about dragging them into the vents. That used to be a thing. I remember the skirmish just used to be really hard, even on like my warden. I'd have to worry about dragging the mobs to the vent while they're positioning myself in the vent for the heal buff or outside for the damage buff. I'm actually standing in its bad stuff right now and have a high dot eye, so I should get rid of that and do something. It's got some loud footsteps, which I should expect. His ground effect debuff is really annoying because I like try to position myself so I can just cast my stuff and kill him, but yeah. This is also another reason this fight was difficult back in the day. You'd have to fight both of them, but I just killed him before his mammoth came, so it's like no problem right now. I completed some class deed. Don't know which one, but I got a trait point out of it. I'll get another trait point in 1 level, so that's nice. I have the prophetic word and confounding principles to work on. Oh yeah, I have to use silence a lot, or final word, which silence the enemy. Is that what it's called in this game? Just interrupts induction. I don't think it's necessarily called silence. Although it is like final word, like a silence. But that's what it's called in WoW, is why I'm thinking of that basically. The visions and foretelling skills, that's the annoying one because the only one that works for me is do not fall this day. I don't know at higher level if there's like a particular skill. I don't really remember one off the top of my head, but yeah, that one's annoying because you have to use do not fall this day on 250 people. But yeah, Rune-keeper here's been fun, so I might run one more skirmish, maybe attack at dawn. Again, another one I haven't done today, so we do get some variety. Next trait point. There are so many things Fire Rune-keeper wants. Don't think I need any of the defensive stuff. Fire ridicule we're good on, and this is just, yeah, fire mitigation, that works. It's really sad to not pick up Scathing Mockery, but it's just useless. I won't be using it at all anyway. Alright, so that went smooth. Hopefully Attack at Dawn goes similar. Oh, Thievery and Mischief is the other one. That one's pretty fun, but I'm kind of feeling Attack at Dawn. We've done a lot of stuff in brief with the 2 tutorials and a lot of snowy stuff, so we'll get a little change of scenery and go really like orangey red. I think we can kick the level up to 45. I will be killing things slower, but I will also be dying slower. Honestly, kind of in a way preferred the Icy Crevice, the glass cannon with that, because it made it more exciting, seemed like I could die really easily. I might still be able to die really easily, but it just seemed a lot more dangerous than that one. Also the mob types, like with the tactical mobs, are more annoying and probably more dangerous than these type. I'm excited to see how they change Yellow Line Rune-keeper when they get to the Rune-keeper update, which I think is supposed to be at a similar time to the Captain. Or at least it was on their list with Captain as kind of the next couple. I don't know if they would do both at the exact same time since they seem to go one by one at this point. But yeah, I'm curious what they would do specifically with the Yellow Line. I feel like some changes, like they could shorten the Writ of Lightning cooldown to maybe 0.8 seconds and it would be a little bit better, I think. That's like really short, but I feel like that would be helpful, and maybe shorten the cooldown in Yellow Line specifically of Scribe Spark and Essence of Storm, or maybe increase the cooldown on all that stuff and actually make Ceaseless Argument a little bit more useful. Okay, we'll use an AoE. I'm actually about to die. Some danger there. I might have ran into one of those stone things, so that could have been my fault. Not necessarily the mobs doing a lot of damage. So we do have some dangers, since I got low on health. And high-tight TV, I don't necessarily hate Burglar. It's kind of fun playing them. They're just not really a class I would ever seek out to play too much. Like in any game, any Burglar or Rogue type class is what I kind of consider them. I wouldn't really... That just wouldn't be a class that I'd immediately think of playing. Meaning something. Meaning upon meaning. That sounds very Rune-keeper-y. Well, we have the level 45 Rune-keeper class quest. I don't know if I'll work on that all that much. Yeah, I've heard their DPS is pretty strong. I have my Burglar only level 28-ish, and she's not all that strong yet. 20, I don't know if I leveled her up, 27 or 28, we were just on her. but I don't really remember the exact level. She did get level 28, that's right. But yeah, at this point, red line is pretty weak, it seems like, unless you get a crit, and at the same time, blue line is a lot better, but has some annoying things to me about the... I think it's the yellow and the red gamble being locked inside the crit chain, which I find really annoying for both of those. I know at higher level the red one isn't locked inside it anymore, but still annoying that the other one is. A lot of blood rooks this skirmish. Yeah, 20k in one attack is a lot. I'm actually somewhat familiar with level cap numbers again because of my warden. You have a warden, burglar, and captain on cap on Anor. My characters, I have a warden at cap, lore master somewhat closest, and then the Rune-keeper is the third closest. I'm actually going to be working on this Rune-keeper though. I might try to get him to the cap in the next few weeks. I'd like to get him there a little bit before Mirkwood at least, and then hopefully the same on my lore master. Not as sure on that one, we'll see. Yeah, warden DPS is really strong, especially if you actually have time to see your dots get a couple ticks. But with a burglar in your group, you might not really get that chance. I kind of forgot I switched to lightning. It's been playing pretty smoothly. In longer fights, of course, fire is going to do more DPS, but it seems like just the efficiency of lightning might even be better in a skirmish, because things die so quickly anyway. Okay, travel now. Had a lot of fun on my Rune-keeper and Guardian today, which should be expected because those two are in my top 3 classes apparently with the Guardian right now. Don't know why I talked to this guy. Guess I accidentally right-clicked him, but yeah, trying to think now. I kind of finished that and I was thinking about hopping back on my Guardian and kind of setting up blue line. That still sounds like a plan to me. I just gotta spend 2 trait points in this line on this character. Yeah, I'll work on the class quest probably later. I do want to track that though. Gondamon and Iraduin. But yeah, I'll work on that later and probably get back to Anor on this character and start leveling him in the future. But for now, I will switch back to my Guardian and maybe set up the blue line and place it the yellow line and check what's up a little bit with it at this level. I might wait to play it a bit more till like level 40 something when I can ensure I can do like all my class Ds maybe. At least the stuff that you need to be blue line for. Again, I'm not familiar exactly with like what deeds or what with that, but yeah, we will set it up and maybe look at it for a skirmish. I do have a new weapon that I just made myself. Even Guardian is your favorite class? Well, Guardian, I did not expect it to be my 3rd favorite class, but after looking at all the other classes, it's actually my 3rd favorite, but I hate the blue line. Yellow line's pretty decent. Could be a little bit faster. I think yellow line's slightly slow, could be a little bit faster animations and things like that. And maybe a little bit smoother with some things, and some of the mechanics of it are somewhat broken with the morphs. Not quite working properly from what they say they should do, but yeah, I hate the blue line, but we're going to spec into the blue line. I'm going to try it out for a little bit, maybe in a skirmish here. So I don't know if I'd have power issues. I feel like just chance for Sting to provide a response would be pretty good. You main blue or yellow depending on what you're doing. Yeah, I think a lot of Guardians do that. I love the red line though for Guardian. It's one of my favorite kind of standard melee DPS specs. I would say Champion's the only other class that really fits that category, and I prefer it. I don't know, tactical mitigation, maybe 1 point in that at this level would be okay. We have 22.4%. Kind of curious how much one rank in that will increase that. Yeah, it's not too much, but I don't know what else I would put the point in. Probably just raw block chance and then shield smash. Definitely want an active skill versus these other things. So what else do I get here? I get adaptability, so whenever you're hit by an attack, your block and parry ratings will increase. Yeah, really defensive stuff going on here for this spec. A lot of defensive cooldowns, things like that going on as well. Shield taunt. Okay, we have our shields on alt. Alt is really hard to hit. I'm probably going to move that to control for the blue line guardian. Sweeping cut I assume is still okay. Probably use sting a lot more. Guardian's ward and sting I assume are the main skills for blue line here. I do want shield blow down here. Okay. I don't know if those are all my shield skills. I assume they are. Hey Joel Barton. Shield blow. Okay. Guardian's Pledge. Have that. Alright, looks like I have everything. So let's try a skirmish in blue line. My least favorite Guardian spec. We have not run Storm on Methodrist on the Guardian, so might as well run that one on the Guardian. Got a nice level 23 shield and a freshly crafted level 25 weapon to go with this. Okay. I just hope this is enjoyable. I plan on doing really big pulls because I don't know how I can enjoy not doing that. Basically, I think shield swipe, that's not an AoE. I was thinking at higher level it was an AoE. I do for my annual gameplays, of course I play every spec. So I have to get a little bit familiar, like every year I'll know a little bit what's going on. With each class, it looks like everything's single target. I kind of remember this stuff being AoE, maybe at just higher level. Storm on Methodrist is the best skirmish. Yeah, it's a pretty fun one, but it has really annoying mobs, like these dudes that can just go where you can't attack them, where they go invisible like that. The balls of light are real annoying. The trees just take up so much room and make so much noise. They're annoying. Yet the skirmish is still really fun and I enjoy it. It's probably just really satisfying killing all these annoying mobs and seeing them die, even though they're already like some of them very dead looking. Yeah, the AoE is going to be better in the Yellow Line Guardian. But today we are trying the Blue Line Guardian, unfortunately. And I do mean unfortunately. I should be able to. I don't know at the... Oh, I do have one more skill. I have Shield Smash. Requires the use of Bash. Okay. I need to fix my skill bars. Ideally, the bottom skill bar would be Shift, while the middle would be Control, and the top would be Alt. I don't know if there's a really easy way to fix all that. I don't think in like Control / you can edit those specifically. But yeah, that would be kind of ideal for me to be able to change those. I think you can change the individual keybinds, which I might do. I've gotten so used to pressing Control though. Can stretch my pinky down that far now just because it's what I do for LOTRO. Okay, let's try one of these defensive cooldowns and start doing something other than running and doing nothing. I'm actually running kind of out of power. I don't know what Litany of Defense does, but we'll use it. We'll use a power potion, rolling retaliation. We're just not really caring what's going on and somehow surviving. This seems to be the way the blue line works for me, at least. Like, that wasn't too weak. It hit him for like 400 damage. So on an individual, like, I guess bashing basis, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, that's just not too much here. Too much going on here. It's like the minstrel healing. I don't find it all that enjoyable, even though it's considered like the main heal spec, even though other classes have gotten better at healing and other classes can tank. Although it's kind of questionable sometimes if you really need like a super sturdy tank. Well, we had a lot of mobs going on here. Good thing low level Ceradan is really strong. Yeah, Lore Master is pretty awesome. I haven't been too much in the mood to play my Lore Master, and going off what TV said, you thought he was my favorite class. That is definitely not true, but he was kind of my third favorite class for a while there, and then kind of stopped playing him. That one died quick. And some of the things about Lore Master bother me. But yeah, it's an overall enjoyable class. I just haven't played mine too much lately. It's in a way similar to Guardian, that I don't enjoy the yellow line. I don't enjoy Guardian blue line all that much. But on both of them, I enjoy DPSing. Your Lore Master does 0 damage. My Lore Master does a lot of damage. The Ball Guardian as well does a lot of damage, but the pets at higher level at least get a lot weaker compared to the Lore Master. I'm rooted on something right now. Oh, we have turned the tables. We have Whirling Retaliation. We got a lot of responses going on. That's basically all I'm using here. How long does the buff from Guardian's Ward last? 10 seconds? I know that's pretty important to keep up for your defenses on a Guardian. Okay, might have to use a potion here. Yeah, it seems like it just takes a little bit, but eventually I'll get them all down. Just gotta attack one at a time. Eventually that one will die, I'll get a little bit of cleave damage, and we'll get them killed. I don't know if that lawnmower is probably pretty loud for y'all. It's been going around a couple times here. I didn't realize it was so loud, and now it's just like going towards, probably towards the end of the stream. I've been going like 2.5 hours here. I didn't realize I've been going that long. I was planning on actually wrapping it up after the skirmish. Ooh, that was pretty fun. Got through it all, didn't have to run back. Do need to resummon my soldier. I do have some food to eat here. Some low-level food, might as well knock that. Oh no. Well, guess we aren't eating food, and guess we're gonna kill this Dayhorn guy. So you think Cracked Earth is OP? That one I actually use a lot less on my Lore Master. I use it more on my high-level Lore Master and longer fights, but on my one here on Anor, it's harder to use. And he's like level 53. Just generally have stronger stuff actually than that even. But it's actually pretty decent, and the root from it can definitely be nice. It's also a fun skill, surprisingly fun skill. Used to be, Lore Master just used to be totally different. Cracked Earth would basically kill my Lore Master in the past because it cost so much more morale. A lot of their skills just cost a ton of morale that I ended up killing myself is basically how it always worked. But yeah, so far today, we've gone back to the Guardian. Again, I've had most fun on my Guardian and Rune-keeper. Burglar wasn't too bad. Beorning it reminded me why I don't play my Beorning that much and why she wasn't even level 20 at this point. That one was a little bit more rough. The red line is just not that enjoyable at this point. And the blue line, while it is enjoyable, had the issues of if I wanted to play it as like a DPS thing, which is what I'd want to play it at because it's a lot more fun to DPS in the blue line, which is the tank line, it isn't strong enough, which should be expected because it is a tank line and it's not a DPS line, so it has all that issues with the blue line being more enjoyable than the red line, but don't like to play it. My Warden is the one on Anor, at least is level 60. The one on Arkenstone is like 118-ish. I never finished Grey Mountains and didn't really care to actually get her to 120, even though I have my Rune-keeper and Loremaster both 120. But yeah, the one on Anor is at the cap, that one. I got her to the cap first. Oh, by the way, Joel Barton, thank you for subscribing. I did not actually see that, just looked over when I got a drink and saw that. You have a level 130? That's pretty high, pretty impressive. 10 levels past the current level cap. A Dwarf Monk. Also have not heard of that class. Actually have in WoW, but I don't think they're up to 130 yet, are they? I think they're at 120, right? But I haven't actually played WoW since basically Battle for Azeroth launch, and then didn't play much towards the end of Legion all that much. Both of those expansions weren't that great. Legion had a lot of better things about it, but that one also got pretty tiring pretty quickly. But anyway, that is pretty much all I had planned for the stream. Talked a little bit about the classes. Again, Rune-keeper and Guardian here were most enjoyable. Blue line wasn't all that bad, but it was pretty weak, which should be expected. I'll be switching that back to yellow line and maybe at a higher level look back towards blue line. Yeah, LOTRO is my favorite MMO. At this point, I would say we'll have Classic WoW to rival that soon enough. We'll see how that is at August. Very late in the summer, but I guess in the summer nonetheless. So yeah, get rid of the shield. I don't know if I'll sell the shield. Still nice to have one as backup, just in case I want to play blue line. Yeah, we'll go ahead and switch this back to yellow line so I don't even have to worry about that. I guess I can get that one. I wasn't able to get this stuff earlier, so I have like parrying attacks will increase your critical rating. Oh yeah, and you get this effect stacks up to 5 times, and then there's another one here. Blocking attacks will increase critical defense rating. Could also get that one just in case I ever run into power issues. So we got that a little bit set up here. But yeah, that'll be it for this stream. Had a lot of fun catching up on my low levels, remembering where I left off on them, kind of which ones I want to play and move forward with, and maybe what zones I want to go through them. I think next low level stream would either be starting a new character or I want to get my hunter up. And then other than that, I'd be working on my Rune-keeper, leveling him up, which I guess wouldn't really consider him quite with my low levels. He's a little bit higher level in the mid-40s, but we'll be doing Ingmar and his class quests and stuff like that in the future, so a lot of things I can do in LOTRO, a lot of things I want to do in LOTRO, so we'll see where that goes. I do plan to pick this up probably the same time tomorrow, if not the same time, you know, maybe a little bit later in the evening. We'll see with that. Normally I would like to know at this point, but yeah, sometime tomorrow after evening. Actually, I take that back. It would be tomorrow evening if I do stream. I might actually have another video uploaded. Kind of forgot what was going on. But anyway, I hope you all did enjoy this stream. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more. And thanks for watching and joining everyone and everybody that subscribed during this.